Douglas went out and got all these pass rushers. He went out and got all these pass rushers, right? So these pass rushers are on the field. You got Mike Clements, you got Jacob Martin, you got Solomon Thomas, you got Carl Lawson, Will Parks, you got Bryce Huff. You have all these pass rushers. Switch it up. If you want to stay with the four horseman rush, listen, James, they say who time we going to cut. You listen, John Franklin-Meyers, to me, it's a way. That man, since what's it, 3 years now? Yeah. After he got paid, if you be honest, you haven't heard nothing about him. He hasn't produced anything. Listen, limit him, put Bryce Huff out there. Hey, it can't be no worse than what we're doing. It can't go no worse. The plan can't flop no more than what it's flopping. So let's try something new. I don't understand the call that's being made. I don't understand how Saleh stands there. Offensively, why is Braxton Berrios now being limited? It's a lot of stuff that I'm sitting there and I'm watching happening. The only logical explanation I get is they're trying to hold back until Zach gets there, and they're trying to make sure that Zach gets. That's the only thing I can think.
Phenomenal points. I think I would have to say that I agree with you on probably about 95% of it. And that little 5% is just a small thing with regards to John Franklin-Meyers. I think he actually is being used out of position for where it is that we would expect that he's going to be able to produce. And that just leads to a whole nother question about what it is that they're doing with Bryce Huff right now. But I think you've touched upon something that most of us as Jets fans have kind of recognized, and that is that front four, and I mean, mind you, we're talking about what, 10, 11 guys really that are on the roster currently. Those guys are not making it work the way that we expected. I saw a stat a little while ago that Carl Lawson is actually leading in quarterback pressures. But I mean, people are, looking at Carl Lawson like he is completely invisible because he doesn't have the sacks, right? And that's really what it is that we need. The quarterback pressures are great, but getting the guy down and making sure that the play doesn't continue, that's the main goal, and we have some difficulty in doing that. Let me throw out a couple of stats for you, because just in talking about that, realistically, CJ Mosley led this team in tackles. A linebacker led this team in tackles. Seven tackles, 5 assists. Sheldon Rankins, who actually did come up with a sack in the second half, pretty decent production for him. 6 tackles with the 1 assist. Quinnen, who, I'll just be honest with you, I mean, Quinnen is I think that may be why it is that he's as frustrated as he is. He's not actually lighting up the board either, but I mean, the film doesn't lie. He's actually getting the pressure, but he's actually not scoring the points. So 6 tackles, 1 assist. Jermaine Johnson, who I love and who I see flash even in the limited reps that he's getting, 4 tackles as well. So a lot of the top guys, I mean, 2 of the top 4 guys, or 3 of the top 4 guys are on that defensive line, but we're still only seeing 1 sack worth of production. And I think that them being able to get more pressure is most definitely going to be necessary going forward. Look, you touched upon quite a few things. I really thank you for calling in tonight. What it is that you think that we really kind of need to do going up against the Steelers offense next week? You think we might be able to make some way, or give me some ideas about what do you think that we're looking with that?
This is what I believe. I'm going with DJ Reed. DJ Reed said the biggest thing. He said this. I remember this. If you remember back a long time ago, we had Ed Reed on our team also. Ed Reed said the same thing, and I think Ed Reed was on the team 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Ed Reed was on the team for sure. He said the same thing. There's no communication. The guys in the background not communicating with each other, and you're missing tackles. We need to be able to, we need to design a system where we can communicate, hand signals or whatever, so we get out there and what? They're going to blitz us. Unless Dwayne Brown is back, unless Dwayne Brown comes back, we know what kind of bike Beckner is not going to be back. But if Dwayne Brown makes it back, we probably good, because thank God we got Max Mitchell and we got Vera Tucker. And on the left side, if Dwayne Brown come back, Thomason will probably be better, and our run game can get stronger. We're gonna have to run. Mike Tomlin, he's going to blitz. He's already out for blood. He knows that 4-man rush is going to be ineffective against his offensive line. We got to switch it up. We got to blitz. We got to do something different. Got to happen. And we need to maybe change personnel. I believe change some of the personnel.
That, again, is a phenomenal point. We are going to need to make some adjustments, and we're going to talk about that here in just a moment. If you recognize, the name of the show in particular tonight is Overdraft Protection, and that is kind of a reference to Robert Saleh and his comments about keeping receipts. If you recognize on the screen right now, when keeping receipts goes wrong, right? Robert Saleh, who, I would have to admit the players, kind of felt a certain way about that comment, because they understand him as coming to their defense and wanting to keep them, kind of live and popping right now. But he's kind of making some claims and some assertions right now that I don't think that this coaching staff is able to kind of keep up with.